Welcome back. Today we're doing my boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call him.
Guesses the plot. Guess the plot for the book cover.
We saw Larry do this, and so
I thought it'd be funny.
Why not try it with Richard? He's a pretty creative thinker, right?
Super. So creative.
So creative.
Brain flowing.
Okay, first book is If I Stay.
If I stay.
So, if I stay, what would you do if you had to choose? I think she is thinking about staying in a certain city or state. And
Actually, yeah, I'm right.
And what would you do if you had to choose? So she's stuck between one place or the other. So she's stuck between two guys. One guy, and one guy. Okay, one guy.
Yeah, there's one guy.
Okay. So it's one guy, and then maybe she has school, or maybe she has something else in another state, like a good opportunity hit her, like something amazing, and that's what I'm thinking.
That's all you're thinking?
Yep.
Okay, wow. He was actually on the right track with that.
Yeah.
If I Stay is about a girl who her family and her get in a car accident, and she's stuck in like this weird mental space where she can see what's going on in her reality, but she's not literally there. She's in a coma.
Oh.
Yeah, so she has to choose if she wants to live or die because her family passed away.
Wow.
And yeah, she did have all these like opportunities for different schooling. If she wants to stay for her boyfriend, for maybe going to Juilliard because she's a cello player. So yeah, you're kind of on the right track.
Wow.
You are.
I'm instantly like, he's looking into the window, staring past me. There's some kissy faces on his neck.
I don't think there is. That's a window.
That's one bright window, not a dark window. Marriage for one, so he wants to marry himself. Marriage for one.
Oh, that's an interesting plot.
So based on this, it's about a marriage, and it has a lot of drama in the facial expression. So there's a divorce for sure.
She's right, not me.
Or almost divorce, or some kind of like craziness, like a huge twist. Even though the font looks really friendly, but the guy doesn't.
Wow, that's the plot you've created for it?
So he's maybe like a killer or something.
Okay.
Is this a thriller? It's hard to tell. It looks really happy when you first look at it, but then the face says otherwise.
He's just a killer. There's no like reason why he's a killer.
Don't know.
So the plot of this book is that there's a divorce.
I knew there was a divorce.
That there's a I'm where you said.
Oh, I was so happy. Nailed it.
That there's a divorce in this, and that he's a murderer, and that's why the divorce is happening, or what?
He looks like a murderer.
I'm so excited.
Look at his face.
I knew it.
He has a murderer face.
But that has nothing. Cover art has nothing to do with what is inside the book. You know, it could mean anything. You know.
Well, let's just say somebody's cheating because this is marriage for one. So the other person thinks they're married, the other one doesn't. So there's a huge, what do you call that? Cheating. What is that called? Infidelity. I think it's just a lot of drama.
Drama.
There's no murder.
Okay.
Is it?
You're completely wrong. Marriage.
Oh, wow. No.
Marriage for one is about this girl who wants to get a coffee shop, and this lawyer that she meets, he's like, hey, I'm down to like share the place with you if you are willing to like do work stuff with me, marry me, so I can look like better for my lawyer job, and you can have your coffee shop you've always dreamed of, that you've saved for forever.
Marriage of convenience.
So it's marriage for one, marriage of convenience. So
there you go.
Wow, no murder. So it was
no murder.
He looked really happy in the font, but he looked kind of bad. So who's the one who wanted that idea?
She get married?
She did?
He did.
He did. So he's a bad one. And she goes for it?
I've never read it.
She goes for it?
I'm Miss Jane Austen.
So we can work after I work.
You asked for this.
So, what do you think this is about?
Emma. Okay. Jane.
That's the author, Jane Austen. The one who wrote Pride and Prejudice.
It's the 200th anniversary?
When this came out, yeah.
Wow.
It's written in the 1800s.
This book was?
Yeah.
So it's been rewritten?
No, it's just been like reprinted over and over.
It's kind of twisted? Modified?
Yeah, I mean, because it was Old English and now it's more modern English in it.
Okay, so so it happened in the 18th century.
Yeah, can you tell by the dresses
By
and things?
the way it looks, they're all posed. It's about getting into like this high society, somebody really poor.
Okay.
Maybe. And they're trying to get within this clique kind of thing.
Okay.
And there is a girl named Emma. Is that right?
There is a girl named Emma, yeah.
They go to a ball, like a big dance,
Okay.
and she meets a man that she likes a lot, but he's interested in somebody else.
Okay.
And she makes the girl leave him. Like he's already trying to hook up with. She pushes the girl off a cliff.
What's wrong, JD?
Pushes a girl off a
Yeah,
cliff?
that's my guess. She
No.
pushes her off a cliff. She lights this girl on fire
No.
to get this man.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's my guess.
What a crazy plot.
Yeah.
No. You know
Thank
Pride and
goodness.
Prejudice?
Yeah.
That's the same author.
Ah, okay.
I just said that.
But he didn't listen to you.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Emma, tell Emma what.
Emma is a girl in kind of high society lifestyles. Yeah, right? Like high society, mid-class.
She has money.
They
Her
have
dad.
money, you know.
She lives alone with her dad.
And she kind of thinks highly of herself. She's very...
Like arrogant.
She's very arrogant, right?
And she wants to play matchmaker.
She loves playing matchmaker, finding, you know, husbands for her friends and things like that. That's kind of the plot of this book without spoiling the book. She's just kind of like a matchmaker. I watched the movie.
Nobody dies.
The Love Hypothesis by Miss Allie Hazelwood.
Oh, very obvious.
Okay.
They're a scientist or a chemist of some kind, based on the background. And he falls in love with her. She's obviously an employee based on the little tag on her shirt. Obviously. And he gets genetically modified to, like, fly. Like, float. No? I'm
No.
kidding, I made that up. He becomes Batman. No?
What a theory. You're kind of onto something. This is a fan fiction.
Oh, a fan fiction?
Was.
It was a fan fiction and they turned it into a real book.
So he gets his...
So he's supposed to be Kylo Ren from
Oh.
Star Wars.
Oh,
And she's
wow.
supposed to be, what's her face?
Rey.
Ray.
That's crazy. It looks like it now that you mention it.
Right? Okay. He looks like Adam Driver, right? Guess what his name is in the book?
What?
Adam.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
But his name's Adam Carlson.
Yeah. It's a car.
So she does an experiment on him.
She does an experiment.
Yeah, like chemistry on him, and something goes wrong, and his life is like a lot less.
Wow. No, you're so dark.
Yeah.
It's a romance. Think about it.
The Love Hypothesis.
She does a love potion on this man, goes on a date, puts it in his drink on the first date,
That's
and
wild.
he's in love, like so in love with her,
Just
like Cupid love
hook.
kind of thing.
He's pulling Shrek out.
And then he finds an anti-potion in her thing, and then finds out that,
You should write this.
yeah.
It sounds like a fun plot.
And he takes it, and he's like, well, I'm not in love with you anymore, but actually I am. And it turns out they are in love.
What a
The
story.
What
love
a
was
good
real.
plot.
And she thought she needed the potion, she did.
No, that's not what this is about.
The Love Hypothesis is about Olive. That's her name, Olive. She's like a PhD candidate. She's like wanting to get.
She's in
like,
grad school trying to get her PhD.
Yeah, she's trying to be more successful in the STEM field and stuff.
Mhm.
And her friend thinks that she's not happy because her friend wants to be with her ex. She's like, no, I'm totally fine. I'm dating and everything. Like, I don't even care. And then she randomly kisses the guy.
Who's a teacher at the school.
Randomly kisses the first guy she sees so that she can prove to Anne that, you know, inevitably that she doesn't care about her ex anymore. She kisses him. And they just go on a whole fake dating road.
It's a whole
and
fake
it's
dating
like
trope.
so
Oh, wow.
fun. But no love potion.
Wow, they could have added that in.
Damn.
I missed
Missed
out.
opportunity,
That's
if you ask
sci-fi
me.
fiction.
Julia Quinn missed The Duke and I. Bridgerton. This is the newer cover. I got it from Half Price Books. Don't judge me.
She looks familiar. You
Yeah.
just do.
He's seen it on the screen when we
Based
watched
on
it.
it, it's very simple. Bridgerton. The same
Bridgerton.
kind of stuff. And,
Based on it, it's Bridgerton.
I mean, what do you mean what's about?
yeah,
what's
what
it
about?
about?
What's
It's about the
odds?
Duke and her.
Yeah.
Like, they try to get together
Say less.
and, like,
Duh.
he has a big name behind his family name and he wants to pass that down.
No, he doesn't want to be. No, he doesn't want to pass his name down. But
Okay, try to guess some of the tropes or a plot in it.
There's a love triangle.
no.
Oh, okay. He doesn't like her as much as she likes him.
Okay.
Alright? She's trying to get with him so she could climb the ladder kind of thing. Society and like control some of the other girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
He has a lot of controlling ideas. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Can't think of anything. It looks...
It looks Bridgerton. You've seen Bridgerton.
Yeah, no.
So what happened in it?
One episode or two.
You watched the whole thing. You're just on your
Okay.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just goes to show you don't remember anything. Okay, so this book, I didn't read the book, I watched the show, so maybe you should explain it more. But is it pretty much the same premise? Okay, so like you have Daphne and you have Simon, and neither one of them really like each other. They just kind of date as like a convenient thing to make the society believe that he's unavailable and that she's more desirable to people. They get caught in like a kissing area, like they're not supposed to be alone together. They get caught, so they have to get married, and that's kind of the premise of this book. Heartstopper, yeah.
Well, somebody's heart stops from a heart attack or something, heart stopper, or it's pumping so much they're so in love that it stops. I think it's two men in love with each other, based on the haircuts, and yeah, they fall in love and they try to hide it. One person's more scared maybe with the sexuality.
This is her thing.
And another person maybe isn't. I don't know.
Okay.
But it says it's beautifully paced. I love this book. Absolutely delightful. Rainbow.
Ravel.
Rainbow.
Alice, Volume 1. So this is the first book.
Mhm.
So yeah, something happens. Their parents maybe find out and like try to get mad or something.
Okay.
But they didn't know one of them was gay.
Okay.
I'm sure that's a big scene in the book.
Okay.
And maybe one of them gets bullied at school
Oh,
for being gay, because that's how the world is.
Okay.
And the other gay guy defends him and fights and takes out teeth. Like, just starts punching some of the people there.
Oh shit. Okay.
And it gets brutal.
Okay. Well, he's basically right that a lot of those things do happen in this book.
Ooh.
Nick doesn't really know that he's bisexual at all. He really becomes friends with Charlie whenever they like get sat by each other in Formula 1 or whatever. And they start becoming friends, and he's like, you should play rugby, and they start playing rugby together. And then he's like, you should come around my house, and then they start hanging out, and he's like, oh my god, do I like it, do I like it, do I like it, and he does. And then Charlie's like, yeah, I was bullied last year, da da da. He goes through it, because he's like the actual open gay kid at their private school. The honeymooners.
The un-honeymooners. So they were planning to go on a honeymoon, and all of a sudden it got canceled, or they're at their honeymoon but something else crazy happened. So something really funny. Maybe somebody planned the honeymoon at the same time that they know. They find jobs. They go on the honeymoon but they want to live there.
Okay.
And they're not on a honeymoon. They just found home.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
so pretty. Poetic. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. On honeymoon? What would make it not a honeymoon? Somebody gets a pet bird and they try to bring it back home, and oh, so they're on the honeymoon but maybe they split up.
He's completely wrong. This is a... This book is about this twin girl, also named Olive. Olive and what's her name? Her and Amy, like Amy's like cheap or whatever, and I think she wanted to like have like a cool wedding, but like it's cheap. So in the wedding, all have this food or whatever that makes them completely sick. They get food poisoning.
Oh.
So
wow.
Ethan, the brother of the groom, that like I don't forget why they're enemies. But yeah, they get food poisoning, and her sister's like, "Don't make me have to waste that money. Go on that honeymoon. I can't go. I'm literally dead in bed. You go." So she goes with Ethan because he's like, "I didn't eat that food. I'm going. I'm having my trip before I have to come back home." And she's like, "Oh, I just had to deal with him being on the island or whatever for a whole week or whatever."
So they poop everywhere.
They aren't sick.
No,
It's
the
their
two people that
family.
didn't get sick.
Yeah.
Go.
They go
To the
together.
honeymoon. And she discovers all these secrets about her sister and the groom, because that's the brother of the groom, and it's like, ooh, the tea. But it's, this is like a 3-star for me.
Don't give any other hint.
Is this a vampire thing? It is,
Is
isn't
it?
it? New moon? Werewolves? There's
He's
blood.
like-
There's bloodshed in this because the flower, the way it's losing a petal and it's red.
Right.
So people die in this.
Right.
Or there's vampires that suck on blood in this for sure.
Right.
They're going
Split into
against,
two.
exactly.
Exactly.
They're going against werewolves or something.
Okay.
So there's 2 different classes.
Werewolf.
Somebody falls for a werewolf and the vampire doesn't like it and tries to kill the werewolf. And there's bloodshed.
Hey.
And it's not Twilight, right?
This is the same author as Twilight.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, definitely werewolves and vampires.
Mhm.
And then the moon, and they're affected by the sun. Vampires can't be out in the bright light.
Right.
Right.
But then the werewolves somehow trap a bunch of vampires and open up a curtain and kill like 50.
That's pretty crazy.
What a crazy plot. I'll give you a hint. This is the sequel to Twilight.
Like after it?
It's the sequel.
We're gonna make him watch it.
It's New Moon, the sequel to Twilight. Edward leaves Bella after a scary birthday party event where she's bleeding, and so
Daddy Carlisle.
He said, you know, it's not safe anymore for you to be around vampires, so he leaves, goes to Italy or whatever. And she's left alone and grieving, and that's what this book's about, is her grief. And she's meeting up with Jacob the whole time, and he's a werewolf, and she learns all about the werewolf side of things.
Ooh.
How you don't remember this, I don't know.
I do remember the movie now.
Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan.
Okay, this plot is crazy. It's a love story. And somebody makes a wish on one of these little things. I forgot what they're called. What are they called?
Dandelion.
Dandelions. And the love comes true. Like the love wish comes true. Archer's voice. She hears a voice after making the wish or something. Or something's guiding her. There has to be some magic in here.
Okay.
Based on it. It looks very magical.
Okay.
And she's hearing these voices that are guiding her along, and she gets through school with it, and it turns out the voice is like some guy that's obsessed with her or something, like in her head. And then she finds it creepy or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Archer's voice, or somebody who sings really good, and that's Archer's voice.
Okay.
And he has amazing talent, singing talent.
These are better plots
Alright.
than what actually happened.
I didn't read it.
Better plots.
So what you got is that he's either a singer or
In her
he's
head.
a stalker in her head,
That
guiding her
helps
through
her
school.
through good things, things that are going bad maybe. Through
Okay.
school or through,
Hardships.
yeah, college, I don't know. Or he's an angel. Archer's voice, he's probably an angel.
No, you're completely wrong. Again. This book is about, her name's Bree, whatever. She's like trying to get a new start. She's going to Maine. She sees this dude named Archer like in the streets. She's like, what? Who is that man? He's so... So she like stalks him, I think, like goes to his house. It's kind of really creepy.
It was the other way around.
Yeah.
She stalked him. Whoa.
Goes to his house and is like, hey. And he's like... He's pretty stoic, if you will. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, she wanted to be his friend. She wants to. So nobody knows what's going on, and they're like, ew, he's the weirdo in town. He can't da da da. And then she finds out he can't speak because of something that happened to him as a child.
So he can't even sing. I was way wrong on that. Okay.
So he literally can't, but he can sign.
And why is it
And
called
she knows
his
how to
voice?
sign.
Why is it called?
Archer's voice. He has no voice.
Ah.
Beach Read is the next and last book by Miss Emily Henry.
Ooh, it's a beach read. Not really giving anything. Like maybe somebody
Ooh,
likes to
Beach
read.
read.
He or
ooh,
she.
that's something sweet.
Breath of fresh air. Singing star. So he finds her, or she finds this guy reading at a beach every day.
Oh,
And she
okay.
goes to the beach often, and she asks him, hey, what are you reading? And he said, oh, I'm reading Beach Read. No. He's like, oh, that's an awesome book. And they exchange books with each other
Okay.
when they go to the beach.
Close.
And eventually he has like a note, a love note, like a note for her to read.
Mhm.
And one day he doesn't show up.
Oh.
And it's just like
Tragic.
a book there for her to read with like clues to find him.
Oh wow.
This is a pretty boring cover, honestly. He has his back towards her, so she's
Like that
ignoring
right
him.
this second.
She's ignoring him. Yeah, I think he ignores her.
Just because he's
Wait
sitting...
a second, what does this say on her hat? A novel. Okay, I thought that was a clue. She writes a novel. It's on her hat.
Okay.
And he finds a book underneath of the hat.
Okay.
The novel that she wrote. And she doesn't want to become an author, but he pushes her to be an author.
Oh,
Write a book.
cute. You're pretty close. Not really,
What?
but you're close enough.
What?
It's about two authors. They're both authors.
Hey.
They're both-
And they were
Oh,
rivals in college, and she, after her dad dies, she goes back to his house to like clean it up and stuff, I think. Yeah, like she goes to her dad's like old place, and she finds out stuff that happened with her dad when he was alive, and like stuff like that. And she sees Augustus there, and he's like, he's staying at the place, like her neighbor, I think, like is across, you know. And she's like, oh, what are you doing here? boy, you know. And they were not, like, they were rivals in college. Like, they were always put up against each other.
That sounds interesting.
And whenever they, okay, so she wants to start writing, like, a new genre to get, like, more, I don't know, like, she writes in a new genre. Like, they agree that she usually writes romance and he usually writes thriller or science fiction, and they agree to swap genres, and they want to publish it by the end of this book. And
Wow.
yeah, so they go on little dates of, like, where they get inspired to write and stuff.
That sounds interesting.
That sounds like a good book, though.
I like that.
Sounds fun.
So, would you recommend it?
Yeah.
You like
Okay.
it? Yeah.
I might even read it.
Really?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Boring cover, boring cover.
Don't judge the cover.
Thank you for watching today's video. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Richard, for being here.
No problem.
Thanks for coming up with so many cool plot ideas.
That were all wrong.
Maybe they were lame.
Yeah, I don't think you got a single one right.
I did get on 2.
What?
No?
And 2 of them you knew, so you couldn't even come up with them.
They're lying.
Bridgerton and New Moon.
And Heartstopper.
Oh, and Heartstopper. Lily talks about on the daily.
Happy Bookmas Day 23. Like,
comment,
Subscribe.
and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye!